Ian.
Hi, my name is Joseph Annabali, and this is my informative speech on Hurricane Florence. Starting out, Hurricane Florence was a Category 4 hurricane before making landfall, which brought heavy rain and flooding to the North Carolina coast. This hurricane has put many people's lives in danger and their possessions in danger over the greater East Coast area. Quoted from Do Hurricanes Matter? Approximately 71.5 million people live along the Atlantic coast and Gulf Coast. These areas are continually at risk or affected by hurricanes. Personally, growing up in Raleigh, North Carolina, I can attest to living through many tropical storms and large amounts of rainfall. Depending on where you live around the world, there are many different kinds of natural disasters that strike the earth. Most of the East Coast deals with tropical storms, hurricanes, and snowstorms, which with occasional ice. Hurricane Florence this past week struck North Carolina as a Category 4 hurricane before making landfall as a Category 1, bringing flooding to most of the North Carolina coastal region. This hurricane has put many people's lives, loved ones, and possessions in danger due to large amounts of water, wind, and debris. A couple quick facts about Hurricane Florence is it developed as a tropical storm in September. It came to a point where it was a Category 4 hurricane with winds of 140 miles an hour. Once Florence made landfall, it was a Category 1 hurricane with wind speeds of 90 miles an hour. 900,000 homes and businesses went without power. This hurricane caused $17 to $22 billion in lost economic output and property damage in affected areas. Some safety tips to be aware of when facing a threat of a hurricane. As technologies advance, more warning systems and recording devices are available so that people have more chances to prepare for evacuations. That is quoted from North Carolina's hurricane history. So, first thing that you should put as a safety tip when facing a hurricane threat is having an evacuation plan. Number 2 would be to buy supplies. 3 would be to check your insurance. 4, make copies of important documents, because if a hurricane has flooding waters, those documents could be ruined. 5, protect your home. And then finally, 6, make sure that you have enough backup of electricity so that you don't lose any important data on cellular devices or computers. So, talking about Hurricane Florence, how is North Carolina combating this hurricane? Number 1, the American Red Cross and the Salvation Army is providing aid and care. 2, rescue teams are going by boat to houses, rescuing anyone who didn't evacuate the affected areas. 3, Duke Energy and power companies are working hard to restore power to homes and establishments. Local first responders and firefighters are helping combat electricity fires. In conclusion, although Hurricane Florence wasn't a major hurricane, it still brought significant damage to North Carolina and the surrounding areas that will extend recovery time. If you live in a hurricane-endangered area, it is smart to obey authorities and instructions on evacuation procedures if needed and protect yourself from whatever the storm may bring.